I'd like to welcome everybody to the Grizz. And of course, I'm your host, Rashai Grismore. I have a fun and a very exciting show for you today. Mike Krzyzewski. Can anybody please tell me, why is Mike Krzyzewski, why has he been coaching the Olympic team for so many years? Can somebody please tell me that? And then I'm hearing reports about him wanting to coach it again. I truly don't understand it. Terrell Owens feels disrespected about not getting into the Hall of Fame. Wah, T.O. Here's the thing. You went out there on the football field and you act like you was a fool. And here's the thing. I don't feel sorry for Terrell Owens. He sat there, he went out on the football field, and he acted as if he didn't have any kind of sense. And guess what? Because he did that, and then he was a nuisance in the locker room, the Hall of Fame voters was like, no, you're not getting in on the first try. So I have to talk about that. And then this is to my brothers out there, thick women. What does this all mean, thick women? What does that mean? But what I want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy me, and let's get it. Thank you everyone out there for tuning in to me, the Grizz, however it is you are tuning in. So today is a good day, but yesterday was an even better day. So I'm driving down the street. As I was driving down the street, I saw $1.99 gas. $1.99. What? Are you serious? $1.99. Now, for those of you who are not from California, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, so what? It's $1.99. You know, I'm here in Atlanta, or I'm here in Wisconsin or South Carolina, where gas is about $1.76. Here in California, I can't tell you the last time that I've seen gas at $1.99. Now, I'm 31 years old. I've been driving since I was 18. Since that time, I haven't seen gas at $1.99. I haven't seen it. That's just me. I thought that I would not have ever seen the day that gasoline would be $1.99. Just like I would be shocked to see another dominant center in the NBA. That's how shocked I am that $1.99 for gas. Now, granted, it is Arco. Now, we all know Arco gas is the cheap gas, but $1.99. See, out here in California, they got something called they change the gasoline depending on the season. So you have your winter gasoline, and then you have your summer gasoline. Now, they say that this type of bill was in the when we voted. Now, I didn't see that. I think that they just said that just to pass a law so they can make more money, because I didn't see it. And I vote. But I'm just so happy to know $1.99. The last time I saw $1 for gasoline was when the war started with Bush and how he started the war overseas. I think what was the gas? I think it was 45 cents, 50 cents. And I remember I was in high school. I was going to Linwood High School. And I told my mama, I said, Mama, do you see the gasoline? I said, Mama, you don't got to get the cheap stuff no more. You don't got to get the 87, because we all know that 87, that's the cheap stuff, right? That's unleaded gas. I said, Mama, you could get the 89 gasoline. My mama was like, nah, I can't do that. My car might not ever start again if I put that good gas up in there. And so, that was the last time I had ever seen $1 for gasoline. You gotta think. back in the day, people had to wait in line for gasoline. I remember growing up when gasoline was $1.68 and people were saying, oh, that's entirely too much. That's entirely too much. As you know, as I become an older adult, I start saying prices $5. $5 for gasoline? Are you stupid? Like, seriously, I don't understand it. And here's the thing about here in California. We have a lot of individuals who work with gasoline. What's the word that I'm trying to come up with? Like, in, what's that? Downey? No, not Downey. Like, the borderline of Downey and Southgate. There's a place where it's like an Arco station, and it's a bunch of gas, and I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say, but there's a place, and it's a plant full of these big reservoirs filled with Arco gas. You trying to tell me that y'all gonna charge $5 and there's gas right there? Are you serious? Are you serious? I just don't get it. They're around here, they trying to beat us out of our money. I'm so happy that the American people here in California have cheap gas. Do you think I care that the honchos of the oil companies are not making any money anymore? No, I'm not. I don't care that they're not making any money. $5 for gasoline? $5? Come on now. So when I saw $1.99, I'm like, what? $1.99. You got to think, out here in California, everything is expensive. Everything. Rent, and then on top of that, you have some people out here in California, they spend so much money on gas that they don't have enough money to do pretty much nothing. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, let me go on and let me get started. The San Francisco 49ers general manager Trent Baalke said Wednesday that quarterback Colin Kaepernick will be on the team's roster on April 1st when his $11.9 million base salary for 2016 becomes fully guaranteed. Baalke made the announcement at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. Baalke was asked how the dual threat quarterback might fit in Chip Kelly's fast-paced offense. He said, quote, I think if you look at the quarterback that coach has had, he hasn't had a bunch of guys that can run. He's been able to put together some pretty good offenses with guys that aren't able to run. You get an extra advantage of having a quarterback that can run. So I think if you talk to any coordinator, they're going to take that as a positive, but it is not a necessity. See, this is what I don't understand. And I've said this about 49ers brass and when Jim Harbaugh was here. I don't understand what Colin Kaepernick has done. Like, seriously, I don't understand it. I don't know if he has put a spell on the San Francisco 49ers. You know, there was a song by, what was that? Who was that? Blue Magic, the one that says, so let the sideshow begin. That song, okay. So that same group came out with this song, and I'm going to sing the song for you. And it's a reflection of Colin Kaepernick and the San Francisco 49ers. I can't sing, but I'm going to try to convey what I'm trying to say. What's come over me? No, that's not. No. I can't think of the song, but I'll think of the song in a minute. But, you know, when I think about the San Francisco 49ers, it just pisses me off. Seriously, it pisses me off. It pisses me off that the San Francisco 49ers is stuck on stupid when it comes to Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is a bum. He's a straight up bum. And for those of you on Spreaker know exactly how I feel about Mr. Bum Status himself, Colin Kaepernick. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to recite a bunch of statistical evidence as to why I feel the way in which I feel, but one. And this one stat is going to prove to you how much of a bum he is. I've said it before myself that he needs to be one of those greeters at Walmart. Like, I was at Walmart and you take out your receipt and they have, the yellow marker, and they do their little thing on the slip. That should be Colin Kaepernick. When we're talking about him playing quarterback, he's a bum. This guy, not last year, but the year before that, when he started all the football games, he didn't throw not one fourth quarter touchdown. Not one. You're a quarterback. Your job is to sit there and throw the ball to your wide receivers. Make guys better. So yes, he's a bum. Get that bum out of here. I don't understand Trent Baalke. And the song is, who must have put us? Oh, I still can't think of the song. I'm going to have to play the song so you can understand exactly what I'm saying. But yeah, what a straight up bum. What a bum. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how people can sit there, and I've heard people try to stick up for Colin Kaepernick. How can anybody sit there and be like, oh, Colin Kaepernick, he's a competent quarterback? How can anybody sit there and do that? I just don't understand it. He didn't throw not one fourth quarter touchdown. That was more, to me, egregious than you have somebody like Alex Smith a few years ago. I think it was the same year that Colin Kaepernick didn't throw a fourth quarter touchdown to not one player. To me, when Alex Smith didn't throw a touchdown to a wide receiver, I'm like, okay, yeah, he didn't throw a touchdown to a wide receiver, but at least he threw a touchdown. But this bum didn't even throw a touchdown to nobody. The art of the quarterback position is to throw the ball down the field. This dude's a bum. And then to hear reports about him, messing with his teammates' girl and stuff like that, he's not a leader. I keep telling everybody he's not a leader. This dude wants to be cool. Some people call it swag. I call it, you're a loser. You're a bum. You're a bum. Now, here's the thing. See, one thing that I respect about Cam Newton, and I'm going to hold firm to what I said about Cam Newton. I feel that, all of the celebrating was uncalled for, and I'll stick firm to that. I'm not going to back down. He got exactly what he deserved when the media was on his behind. I stick to that. But one thing that I respect about him, Cam Newton, he wanted to become great. So what he did was, I have to be able to throw from the pocket. I have to be able to throw from the pocket. That's something that I have to do. If I don't do anything else, I have to learn how to throw from the pocket. And when you sit there and you look at somebody like a Colin Kaepernick, it's like, dude, this dude, he cares more about his freaking tattoos than the art of the quarterback position. The quarterback position is to throw the ball down the field. You didn't even hear Trent Baalke say anything about him being a competent thrower from the pocket. The dude didn't throw not one fourth quarter touchdown. I don't have to say anything else, but the dude didn't throw not one fourth quarter touchdown. I can say that Cam Newton progressively got better. And I can't even sit there and say that it was Cam Newton's fault that they didn't win that game. Cam Newton just didn't have help. But remember this, people. In that Super Bowl, when they went up against that Ravens team, he didn't even give Michael Crabtree a chance to even catch the ball. And then hold up. And I know I said it a lot of times, but I want y'all to get this. Remember when they went up against LOB? It was first down. The Niners was going down to score. They had a bunch of downs to go. And then what this bum do? He threw the ball to Michael Crabtree, who was guarded by the best cornerback in the game. Come on. And then we all know what happened after that. Richard Sherman was turned into like some kind of mythological god because of this bum? Come on. I remember Vernon Davis being wide open, but you got people out there saying, oh, he runs a 4.5. I'm here to tell you, I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care about, oh, this guy runs a 4.5 or 4.3, especially being a quarterback. Here's the thing when it comes to, for me, when it comes to a quarterback. I don't care if my quarterback runs a 5 flat. My whole thing is, does he have pocket presence? Is he a smart individual? Can he throw with accuracy and precision? Can he conceptualize an offense? That's what I want to know. I don't care about your 40 time. That doesn't mean anything to me. You look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady is slow as molasses. We saw that in the postseason. I don't care about that. But then you got this bum. It's crazy. And the song is called I'm going to sing it. I got it now. I got it down packed now. You must have put a spell on my mind. You must have put a spell on my mind. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. That's the 49ers. Colin Kaepernick put a spell on the San Francisco 49ers. That's what Colin Kaepernick did. He put a spell on the San Francisco 49ers. What a bum. And if you want to know why I feel this way, and for those of you who have heard me on Spreaker, I've told you how I feel about my Niners. But for those of you who are new to me, the San Francisco 49ers, that was the first team that I ever saw, like, knowingly saw play any sport. Now, I'm a diehard Laker fan, even though the Lakers got dogged out yesterday, and I'll talk about that. Oh, man, they're just awful. They're just awful. But I remember watching the San Francisco 49ers, and I believe I was about 2 years old, and they was in the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I just fell in love with the San Francisco 49ers. So for me, this is personal. Trent Baalke, he needs to go. Trent Baalke is a bum too. Trent Baalke doesn't know anything about offensive pieces. Yes, he's a good defensive when it comes to defense. He can draft defensive players, but when it comes to offensive players, Colin Kaepernick. That's all you got to know. AJ Green. Come on, bums. Colin Kaepernick is a bum. I don't care what nobody say. Bum status. He's a straight up bum. You can get mad with me all you want. It's the truth. The dude didn't throw not one fourth quarter touchdown. Not one. He didn't even get lucky. Like, oops. I threw a fourth quarter touchdown. Didn't make anybody better. Then some people might say, well, he had a winning record. Yeah, you would have a winning record too if you got Navarro Bowman. Yeah. Arden Smith, when he wasn't on that stuff. Yeah, you would too. You would have the same exact thing. You would have that too. Patrick Willis, you would sit there, you would have the same exact thing. Justin Smith, yeah, you would have the same exact thing. But when they needed that bum to make a play in the Super Bowl, did he do it? No. What happened when he went up against Seattle? Did he make the play? No. Richard Sherman made a play. Come on, people. This dude's a bum. I don't understand it. Now I know I'm going to see people say, oh, well, Colin Kaepernick, he can play and he runs a 4.4. So what? Who cares about that? I don't care about that. When it comes to the combine, I don't even care about the 40. I don't care. Jerry Rice didn't have the most exceptional 40 time. Look how great he was. Richard Sherman didn't have the greatest 40 time. Look how great of a player he is. Who cares about the 40 time? Who cares? I don't care about that. My thing is, and I'm going to talk about this on the next segment, about why the combine for me, it doesn't mean anything. That's just for me. Some people, they might put all their eggs into one basket, but for me, the combine, it doesn't really mean too much, if anything. I'm the type of person, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch the game and I'm going to trust what my eyes tell me. If my eyes say, nah, that guy ain't all that good, then I'm going to go with my eyes. But yes, I gotta take a break because it feels like I'm getting ready to have a couple of light strokes, and we'll be back. We're back, and this is the Grizz. So I was talking about the oil, and what I was thinking about, it was called not reservoirs, it was called refineries. Yes, here in California, we have a lot of refineries, and, I just couldn't think of it, and now I have, but I know you understood exactly what I was talking about. So, yes, the NFL Combine is getting ready to come on Friday. And, watching the NFL Combine, you see this guy, he's projected to go this high, and then you see him work out, and then people are just gawking over this individual, like Ndamukong Suh, like, oh my God, he's just so great. I would say that Ndamukong Suh has been decent. He's been good, not great. He's no J.J. Watt. He's not no J.J. Watt. He's not on that level. I feel that, when it comes to his on-the-field antics, as far as him being dirty, it outweighs his productivity on the football field. That's not good. But everybody was going crazy over Ndamukong Suh. My thing is, you have to trust the film. You have to trust the film. I remember growing up, and I remember watching Tom Brady play at the University of Michigan. I remember that like it was yesterday. And I remember I was going to Bret Hart junior high school, and I remember telling my boys, we was talking about the best quarterbacks. I said, hey, y'all, the best quarterback in the draft is Tom Brady. And they sit there and they shoe flied me. I'm like, dude, I sit there and I watch this guy play football. This guy is highly accurate with the football. Now, this guy fell to the 6th round. All of the general managers who needed a quarterback and didn't take Tom Brady, all of those guys should have been fired. They should no longer be able to evaluate talent in the National Football League. They need to be coaching JV football somewhere, or probably in the Snoop Dogg League somewhere. They don't need to be a part of the National Football League. So what I'm here to tell you is that when you sit there and you watch the Combine, or you watch not NFL, but the NFL Network, or you watch Sports Center, remember this. You're going to see some times that's going to blow your mind. What I would tell you to do is if you watch college football, watch the film. If you know a particular player and then his stats, it leap out at you, go and watch the film. Remember what you saw. Don't let the numbers deter you from knowing what you know is right. No, don't do that. If you know that this guy can't play and he wasn't all that good, don't sit there and let the numbers. And when they say the interviewing process, it just blew us away, like EJ Manuel. They sit there and said, excuse me. They sit there and said about EJ Manuel, oh, EJ Manuel, he's a good kid. He's this and he's that. The interviewing process was great. And I'm like, hold up. I sit there and I saw this dude play at the University of Florida State. He wasn't all that good. Now, if he wasn't dominant at the University of Florida State, what makes me think that he's going to go to the National Football League and be dominant? It don't work like that. I'm sorry. You have to dominate. See, that's one thing that I saw when I saw Tom Brady play. I remember when I saw Tom Brady play against Sean Alexander in the Crimson Tide in the Orange Bowl with David Terrell. Tom Brady balled that game. I was like, that dude right there is a stud, on top of the games that I saw him play before then, because I used to be a Michigan fan. Yes, I used to be a Michigan fan. I changed. I went from being a Michigan fan to dun 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 dun. I wind up being a USC fan. Now, for those of you who might call me a bandwagon fan, it's okay. It's okay. Why? I always felt that I can change teams when it comes to college, but when it comes to professional sports, see, I don't do that. That's why I'm so upset with the San Francisco 49ers and Trent Baalke by giving that bum Colin Kaepernick all of that money. You must have put a spell on my mind. That's Colin Kaepernick. He put a spell on the San Francisco 49ers, I'm telling you. But let me go back to the lecture at hand. The Combine. Don't let ESPN and the NFL Network say, oh, this guy's going to be this and this guy's going to be that. No. Remember what you saw when you saw these guys play. Remember that. Don't let these guys hype you up and say, oh, this guy 40 time is this and this guy 40 time is going to be that. No. My whole thing is do something. I'd rather see something that simulates football. See, in the NFL, you don't run 40 yards. You don't do it. Not often. No, because there are guys in front of you. So you're not going to have too many times where there's nothing but field in front of you. I want to see some kind of simulation. I want to see bodies on the field, and then we'll be able to get a better indication of how good the guy really is. Now, here's the thing. Now, what the Combine does do, the only thing that it does do is that it puts a stamp of approval on a guy who you feel is one of the better prospects that you've seen in college football throughout the year. And then you sit there and then you see him with his numbers and you say, okay, the numbers from the Combine and then his level of productivity on the football field, they married each other. Now that's where everything comes into play. But don't sit there and say, okay, this guy struggled on the football field and then all of a sudden he's a workout warrior. Nah, he has numbers, but what did he do on the football field? See, one thing that I love about boxing, and I'm going to talk about boxing a little later on in the show. I'm going to talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr., But one thing that I love about what my coach does, every drill that we do, it simulates boxing. When you watch the combine, the broad jump, that doesn't simulate football. It doesn't do it. The 40-yard dash, that doesn't simulate football. It doesn't. To see how far a guy jumps. I mean, come on, seriously? You're not going to do that in the National Football League. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. So the only thing I'm saying is just watch, know what you're watching, know what you have watched in the past, and you'll be okay. Trust what your eyes tell you. That's all I'm saying. USA basketball chairman Jerry Colangelo and Duke Blue Devil coach Mike Krzyzewski stressed Thursday night that they fully expect Krzyzewski to coach at the Rio Olympics this summer despite recent speculation to the contrary. Here's my thing about that. I really don't understand why Mike Krzyzewski has to be the coach of the Olympic team. I really don't understand it. This dude doesn't even coach in the NBA. Am I the only person like you got this big fat elephant in the room and it's pink and it's making all these sounds and ain't nobody saying nothing? Like, am I the only person that feel this way? I can't. This dude doesn't even coach NBA players. And then all of a sudden, he is able to coach the best players in the world and then be congratulated for it. And then when he retires, they're going to have some old poor soul out there going to sit there and say, oh, Mike Krzyzewski is the greatest coach to ever live. Like, what? That's something that Dick Vitale will say. Oh, he's a diaper dandy, baby. He sat there and he won these national championships. And, oh, he was an Olympian coach. He coached the Dream Team to 2 championships. What a diaper dandy, baby. Stop it. Go sit down. Go sit over there, Dick Vitale. That's something that he would say. No. Why is it that he gets a chance to coach? I don't get it. When it was time for him to coach the Lakers, what did he do? He reneged on it. He didn't want no parts of that. He didn't want it. But then all of a sudden, he gets a chance to coach the best players in the world. No, it don't work like that. I don't get it. And then who in the hell is Jerry Colangelo? What has he ever done? Seriously, people, am I the only one that feels this way? I can't be the only one that feels this way. Please. What has Jerry Colangelo done? What championships has he won to be able to be in this position? What has he done? He hasn't won anything. I don't get it. Seriously, I don't get it. He hasn't won absolutely anything. Nothing. But then all of a sudden, you're trying to tell me that he gets a chance to coach the best players in the game? No. That don't make no sense to me. It doesn't. And then, hold up. When you look at the players that came from Duke, they have pretty much been flops. Think about it. Think about all of the players that have came from Mike Krzyzewski. What have they done in the NBA? Nothing. So what does he really know about talent? One thing that I can say about Dean Smith to me is not, when it comes to the greatest coaches of all time, I would never ever say that Dean Smith, top 5 coach of all time in college basketball. I would never say that. But one thing that I will say, when it came to recruiting players and the evaluation of talent, I would say he is the greatest coach, period. Just think about some of the players that have gone to the University of North Carolina. I don't even have to mention them, but Michael Jeffrey Jordan. The list goes on and on and on. But when you sit there and you look at Mike Krzyzewski, what, Kyrie Irving? That's all you got? Okay, I'll give you Grant Hill. Grant Hill was really, really good. He was on his way to being a great player. Injuries derailed him. But that happens pretty much, that can happen to anybody. So what has he done to be able to be in this position to coach these types of players? I'm sorry. He doesn't, to me, he hasn't earned it. Now, for me, individuals that should be in a position to coach that type of talent, let me see. Greg Popovich, that's number one. I think he's highly disrespected. Come on now, Greg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches that the game has ever seen. You trying to tell me that he can't sit there and he can't coach? Come on now. He's better than Mike Krzyzewski. He's better than Mike Krzyzewski. There's no way that any coach from the college ranks should ever be in the same breath as an NBA coach. And that's including the Wizard of Westwood. He should never ever be compared to any coach in the National Basketball Association. Not one. Who else do we have out there? Rick Carlisle. Why haven't I seen Rick Carlisle? Why he's not there? You trying to tell me a Doc Rivers can't be there? You trying to tell me that Mike Krzyzewski? And don't get me wrong. I hate Duke. With a passion. But one thing that I have to say about Duke and about Mike Krzyzewski, I understand why players want to play for him. I get it. For me, when I look at Mike Krzyzewski, he's class personified. I remember when he was put out maybe in the Sweet 16 or maybe the Land of 32, and the team that beat him, he congratulated those guys. When I saw that, I had a different respect for Mike Krzyzewski. I had a totally different respect for him. But at the end of the day, that don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. At the end of the day, he doesn't belong on the same floor as NBA players. That's just for me. But coming up on the Grizz, Terrell Owens feels disrespected. Who cares? And I want players to be angry, frustrated. This is what Kurt Rambis said next here on the Grizz.
Limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock to my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? East to Raw G, Brucey B, Kid Capri. Fuck Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know. I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke so quick, my peeps all day. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The Moet and Alizé keep me tipsy. Girls used to diss me. Now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play coke. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens, endo for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good. And if you don't know, now you know.
We're back, and this is the Grizz. Knicks coach Kurt Rambis wants players to be angry and frustrated. Here's the thing about the Knicks. They're going to continue to be angry and frustrated simply because Phil Jackson does not know what he's doing. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I said this before. The Knicks have Sasha Vujacic on their team. That's all I need to say. Sasha Vujacic. Phil Jackson put him on the team. Phil Jackson hired Derek Fisher. So yes, players, you're going to continue to be angry. Not angry in a good way. Not angry in a good way. Angry because you suck, and you know you suck because upper management does not know what they're doing. And then people out there saying, well, I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony. Not me. Why should I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony? Why? Somebody please tell me. This guy, he pretty much came out and said, hey, I'm all about the money. So now you all about the money. That's cool. Be about your paper. Be about it. But then don't sit there and cry when things go awry. Nah, it don't work like that. You got what you deserve. You got exactly what you deserve. You sitting there, you wanted to leave Denver for, your hometown. You got what you asked for. You thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and you found out, sorry, it wasn't like that, huh? Nah, stop it. Seriously, stop it. Now, in the black community, and I got to talk about this. In the black community, we brothers, we love a woman who is thick. We love the woman who has the Coca-Cola body. We love it, fellas, don't we? Yeah, we love, well, most of us love that. We love the woman who, like, what Sir Mix-a-Lot says, baby got back. We love that. Now, model Barbara Pelvin took to Twitter to respond to people who criticize her weight after she shared a picture of herself in a bikini. Quote, whoa. I got some nasty comments about me being fat. Well, I'm not skinny as I was when I was 18, but I don't consider myself to be fat. Now, I sit there and I saw the picture, and I'm here to tell you that's some white people stuff. Seriously, that's some white people stuff. Because we brothers, we don't look at it like that. We see, like, it's a cultural difference. It's been documented. We've seen things where white men, they like women who have big breasts. We brothers, we like a woman who has a fat ass. That's just how it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. I remember when I was going to Cal State Fullerton University, and I was talking to one of my friends or an acquaintance who so happens to be white, and we seen different cultures of women, and I was like, man, she was a black chick, black woman. I said, man, she thick. He was like, what? Nah, she ain't thick, she's fat. And I looked at him like, what? Man, do you see the curls on that woman, man? What is you talking about, man? She is thick. No, she's fat. And then I said, okay, if she's fat, then what do you consider skinny? And then he showed me what he thought was like or thick rather. And it was a girl who was like a size 3. That's what he considered thick. Now, we brothers, we look at a woman, let's say like Trina, the rapper. That's thick. That's thick right there. We like women like that. And then, it's like this new phenomenon now. Thickness. I remember when J-Lo came out, and everybody like, oh, J-Lo got, she got all this ass and this and this and that. And I'm saying to myself, man, I see women like that walking down the street every day on my block. I don't know what they talking about. They making it seem like it's a new phenomenon. That ain't no new phenomenon. You see women like that walking down the street all the time. And then everybody talking about Kim Kardashian, she got all this behind. I'm like, man, y'all didn't hear me. Man, we see stuff like that walking down the street all the time. Brothers out there, how many times have you saw a woman who looked like a Googa monster, a wildebeest, a gorgon of a woman? Ugly, right? But then you saw that ass and you was like, man, I want her. Now, this is an adult show, so I want people out there to be adults about the situation. You got some brothers out there that will be with a woman strictly because she got some back, or she thick, or she got body. Like, yeah, she ugly, but man, she got body. She look like a Googa monster. She look like a wildebeest, but she got body. That's the difference between white and black. They like women with big breasts. What we think is thick, they consider fat. And what we consider skinny or you need to eat, they consider that to be thick. So it's just a difference in culture, and it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Now, don't get me wrong. You got some white boys out there, some white individuals who love women that have a fat ass. Now, they probably have been around us brothers, but it's just a difference in culture, and there's nothing wrong with it. It really isn't. At the end of the day, looks are in the eyes of the beholder. And that's just how it is. But coming up on the Grizz, Tony Romo. Somebody please tell me, Romo, why are you telling? Stop telling. Stop snitching, Romo. Next here on the Grizz. We're back, and this is the Grizz, and I want to thank you again for tuning in to me. Whether you like the show or you completely find it to be trash or indifferent, but I do want you to go to my Twitter account. It's called Rashad Grismore at the Grizz 1996. So, you can go there. I had different shows that's posted on my Twitter account that's not on the Spreaker network. Now, Tony Romo, he's upset with the NFL. He's going to file a lawsuit, and the lawsuit has Rob Gronkowski's name in it. Now, we all know that Rob Gronkowski had a party on a boat, so I don't want to read exactly what the lawsuit states. The NFL player Rob Gronkowski hosted a party cruise from Miami to the Bahamas on February 19th through the 22nd, 2016. The 4-day party took place on Norwegian Cruise Line, where Gronkowski's fans and attendants can take full advantage of Norwegian's famed casinos at sea. Photos from the Booze Cruise show fans gambling at the on-board casino. The NFL specifically knew about the party cruise and its ties to gambling for more than 7 months leading up to the event. Yet the NFL took no action to either discipline Rob Gronkowski or prevent the event from taking place. Now, we all know what Romo was doing. Tony Romo, he's snitching. And we do not like what? We don't like snitches. I remember growing up, I was in the 4th grade in Mr. Conway class at Baird Elementary, and it was this girl in the class, and she was always telling. You know what we did to her? Well, besides the fact that the girls, they dealt with her in the way in which girls deal with other girls, we used to throw stuff at her. When she would leave the class, we would sit there and hide her books. we were just evil. Why? Because she was around there telling. Now I understand that Romo, he has his fantasy convention, and, it's a convention center that is connected to a Venetian in Las Vegas. And he's mad because he got caught red-handed by the National Football Association, and then Rob Gronkowski, he got away with it. But you don't go around and you don't start telling. You don't start snitching. You just don't do stuff like that. That's just my opinion. You just don't do that. You don't start snitching. And I don't like snitches. I just don't like it. Tony Romo, you need to stop it. Seriously, you need to stop it. Now, I usually don't talk about this on my show because it's really not a good for ratings. It really doesn't do good with the ratings. But that's one of the reasons why I like this individual. But then also, I don't like this individual. Floyd Mayweather Jr., he turned 39 yesterday. And, I was on a few websites, and it was talking about Floyd Mayweather, runner or boxing genius, and as a question mark. Here's my thing about that. About where does Floyd Mayweather rank as one of the all-time greatest fighters of all time? Now, for those of you who are new to the Spreaker network, I do box. I box. You probably would want to know, okay, what is your style? Okay, my style is more like Muhammad Ali. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's my style. But then also, I can box like Joe Louis, or I can box like Jersey Joe Walcott, or Ezra Charles, or Archie Moore. Those are the guys that I try to model my game after. Yes, those guys are old school fighters, but those guys right there, they could crack, they had mad skills. And they also fought the best competition that the game has ever seen. So when I look at Floyd Mayweather for me, as far as a top tier type fighter, if I say top 25 of all time, he doesn't make my list. He really doesn't. And for those of you out there who are new to boxing, you probably think, okay, well, Floyd Mayweather, he's the greatest fighter that ever lived. And I'm here to tell you, hell no. Hell no. He's not even close. And see, this is what happens where you have a different style come into the light, and then people really don't know their history. Just like with Golden State. People think that type of basketball really, really wins. And as of right now, it wins. But if you put a dominant big man in the game, they don't sit there and they don't win like that. Why? Because you're 5 feet from the basket and you're just like a Steph Curry, except you're Akeem Olajuwon, or you're Shaquille O'Neal, or you're Moses Malone, or you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You're the same. It's just, the only difference is that you're not shooting 3-point shots. So when you have some of these new guys, the new fans, and they really don't know anything, they're ignorant to the game, they don't know anything, and they think they do, this is what they get. They think that Golden State is the greatest thing since sliced bread. They think Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm here to tell you that he's not. He's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I'm able to even talk boxing because it's really not all that popular. But anytime I get a chance to really bestow some knowledge, because I'm the boxing guru. I'm the boxing guru. I'm different than Max Kellerman. No disrespect to him. No disrespect to Jim Lampley. No disrespect to Dan Rayfield. No disrespect to any of those guys. Those guys, they do boxing a service. But here's the difference between me and them. I actually do it. So I actually know exactly what it feels like to get hit. They don't. And then on top of that, I know the history of the game. I know that if Floyd Mayweather, if he was fighting, say, the 50s or the 40s, he would not have been undefeated. He got a lot of his wins, especially at the welterweight division, fighting Latin fighters, fighting guys who really predicated to his style of offense or his style of defense. Fought guys that were straight ahead. He didn't fight anybody who can slip punches, roll, boom, come up with the left hook. He didn't fight anybody like that. Or somebody who can sit there, throw a right hand and slip at the same time. Throw a jab and be able to slip at the same time. He doesn't know what that feels like. He doesn't. He doesn't know what it feels like to fight a guy that's on his same level. And then he goes around and then he says, oh, I'm TBE. What? How in the hell are you TBE? Who have you fought? Manny Pacquiao? Are you serious? And that's where I really lost a lot of respect for him. He was running in the fight. For those of you who say that's ring generalship, you don't know what you're talking about. If you want to see some real boxing, you go and you watch Ezra Charles. You go and watch Josie Joe Walcott or even Muhammad Ali. You go watch some Sugar Ray Leonard. You go watch those guys. And then you tell me about somebody running. Those guys didn't run. They didn't. Floyd Mayweather, when he shoulder roll, he's not even shoulder rolling right. He's not. Now you probably saying, well, Grizz, you don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie. That's a lie. I come from the bosom of Bill Slater, who trained Ken Norton, who beat Muhammad Ali. That's who my trainer, which is Chili Williams. You can go look him up on BoxRec. You ask James Toney about my coach. James Lights Out Toney. You go ask Michael Nunn about my trainer. And you ask them, was Chili Williams, was he the man? They gonna tell you, what? Charles Chili Williams? Oh, that guy right there was nothing nice. That's my coach. And he taught me how to shoulder roll. Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't even shoulder roll right. He doesn't know how to slip punches. And you got everybody out there want to be a Mayweather clone. And that's what you have in the NBA. Now everybody wants to try to sit there and play like Golden State. How you going to sit there and play like them? And they're the ones who are the best at it. They have all the skills. And you got all these fighters out there. They want to sit there and they want to be like Floyd Mayweather and get knocked out. You try to sit there, Mayweather try to sit there and throw a handful of punches against Sugar Ray Robinson or Charles Burley. He's going to get knocked out. Seriously. He's going to get knocked out. So when he makes the claim about being TBE, that's a joke, people. That's a joke. What top 50 fighter has Floyd Mayweather Jr. ever fought? And then he tries to sit there and disrespect Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis by saying, oh, well, they lost fights. What? Muhammad Ali, yeah, he lost some fights, but that's because he was fighting other killers. What killer did you have to fight? We saw what happened when he went up against Manny Pacquiao. He was scared. Even his daddy said, man, you fight like you scared. That's because he was scared. He even put together a 2 or 3 punch combination. I think he did that maybe once, maybe twice. Maybe twice. And then he's sitting up there talking about he's the greatest of all time, TBE. And then try to sit there and disrespect Muhammad Ali. What? What? Ali? Ali who sit there and fought the creme de la creme, didn't duck anybody. And then Mayweather comes out and say people want him to fight Triple G and then go up to super middleweight. That's 168. I don't want to see that. My thing is, when you going to fight some of these young, hungry lions that are out there? Because he didn't want to do it. You got a Sean Porter out there. He could have fought him. He could have fought a Kell Brooks. He could have fought a Keith One-Time Thurman. These guys was out there for him to fight, and he didn't want it. He didn't want that. He wanted to preserve his undefeated streak. And I'm here to tell you, Rocky Marciano, if we compare the two, Rocky Marciano fought better competition than he did. At least he sit there and he fought a Archie Moore, knocked him out, knocked out a Ezra Charles, knocked out a Jersey Joe Walcott. He knocked those guys out. Knocked out a Joe Louis. I'm still mad at him for knocking out old Joe Louis. I ain't like that. You know, Joe Louis is one of my favorite athletes of all time. But, yeah, man, he's a joke. Seriously. Mayweather, if you listen to him and he talking about TBE, you laugh at him. But, man, I'm kind of tired. Seriously, I'm sweating. I thank you all for listening to me, the Grizz. I love y'all, and I'm out.